Hi everyone, it's Veronica, and I am here to share my stamp and scrapbook expo experience with you. It is being held here in Georgia on the 17th and 18th. I went on the 17th, so I just wanted to share some of the items that I picked up from the expo. Okay, I have my traditional lanyard, and you see I got the I return button. I created, and this one I got because I did make and take. I shopped, of course, and then there are people who walk around or either are working that have buttons if you need a fourth button, because that's how you get the lanyard itself, is that you have four buttons, and that's how I was able to get it. And I thought that was so pretty. Keep the beauty of nature inside of you. Really nice. Okay. Now, normally we get a shopping bag. We did not get that this year, which was a little disappointing because I didn't carry a bag with me. They said that they didn't have a sponsor for the bags this year, so they just did not do them. But it worked out. Sometimes my understanding is some of the vendors don't bring their own bags to put your purchased items in because they know you're going to have that shopping bag. So the vendors didn't even know we weren't getting the bag. So that was a little shortfall, but again, it all worked out. Okay, so here's the show guide. There were a couple of new vendors that I was not familiar with. This was the floor plan. I know this Crafts by Kathleen I was not familiar with. Scrapbook Customs. But the rest I have seen before. Now, Elizabeth Craft Designs, another vendor had her products last year. But this year, she and her husband were there. And they had their own booth. They had their own products. And it was a large booth. Okay? And this is a listing of the vendors. And on the back side were all of the make and takes. And I was so excited because I did do one. All right, so let me start with these stickers. My friend Bernice came with me. Well, let me take that back. She did not come with me. We met up there. We met there. And she was at the, I think it was Scrap That booth, and they had a wall full of embellishments that were like $2.49 a pack. And she saw these because she knows my love for bees, and she got it for me. Thank you, Bernice. Okay, let me start with stamp spellbinders. And Stamplistic had their items. All right, so I got these foam dots, and the reason I fell in love with them was because they are black. And sometimes you just need a little rise in what you're putting on your project, a little height. These were perfect. These are a little bit thicker. All right, and there are 2 sheets in each pack, and they were $3 a pack. Also, I got this A2 color wheel pack. If you ever try to get this on the Spellbinder site, it is tough. It stays sold out. There were 2 packs in that booth, so I went ahead and grabbed one. I do have the 8.5 by 11 pack of paper, but I saved that for bigger things. This is what I use to cut smaller things. And I did my swatching with this pack also, with a pack that I had like that. Then I got some Better Press inks. I need to build my collection with that. And these upright italic is what they're calling it, sentiments for the Better Press. Depending on how you do this, if you do your foundation piece and press this in and then do florals or whatever around it, that's a full card. So I did pick those up. Crafts by Kathleen had pink and Maine. We were introduced to Michelle's inks at the last virtual crop, and I kind of debated, but I talked myself out of buying them then. But these are her twinkle inks, and they come with the refill. So they were selling these buy 4 get 1 free. So I just went ahead and took the plunge. But this is Orange Crush, and the inks are really, really pretty. I mean, it has a sparkle. They had samples there that they had done, or really they had swatches. They were absolutely gorgeous. So Orange Crush, Grape Soda, Mocha Latte, Blue Jeans, and Poppy Field. Really pretty colors. And I figured they had a set where you could buy all 10 colors, and it was $100 for the set. But I needed to see how much I liked this first. And at the next virtual crop, and we always get coupons, I can use a coupon to buy other colors if I really like them. And then these are her shaker covers, and this does a full A2 front. And I made a card with one of the last one that I had. We got 2 in one of the crops once, and I had 1 left, so I used it. So these are 10 in the set, and they were $10. Okay. And of course, Brass and Bliss. Love, love, love. But look how they gave us a coupon to use after the show. But this is where I did my make and take. Is that not the cutest card? How pretty is that? And look at that shimmer paper we used. And ta-da! There is no store you can go in and buy a card with this quality for $5. It was worth that $5 to sit down and do this make and take. So with that, they do have the stamp set and the coordinating dies, but I did not get those. I just went ahead and got a pack of the die cuts, and that's how many are in there, so I can make quite a few cards. And I did get the trifold card set. So there are, I don't know how many are in here. 8. There are 8 in here. So I can do some quick birthday cards. And I'll have a total of 9. Okay. And I did get this honeycomb die. I didn't have anything like that. And there was another card sample that they had. They have samples galore at Brass and Bliss that I fell in love with, and they had done it in the bee theme. So this was the card set. It's called Bib Cards and Envelopes. So I did get that. And this paper I did buy last year. This is the paper that's used on this card, but because I had used so many pages of it, I needed another one. So I went ahead and got it. This Merry Christmas die. I like the font and the words are separate. I got 2 stamp sets. Love, love, love. The magic of Christmas is in His presence. We wish you a heavenly Christmas season filled with all God's love and blessings. I love this. And then this one. I like the font. It just kind of stood out. And I did get some paper. Love the richness of this cake and confetti. Look at those colors. Beautiful. And this one. But first, coffee. This is a 6x9 pad. And here, the vendor was telling me that the designs run horizontally. So you can actually get two A2 size panels out of one sheet. But love the richness of that also. Their papers are very rich in color, very rich. And they also have stencils. So I got this one, love, 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 and this falling snow. Is that not pretty? Do that on a navy background. My goodness, ooh, that's going to be so pretty. All right, so those are my finds from Stamp and Scrapbook Expo. Again, there were a couple of newbies. I think Marco's has been there before, but I don't remember them last year. But when I tell you, he had every Distress Oxide and gobs of them. He had Simon Hurley's Stellar inks. Really, really nice if you were looking for those inks. Outlet was there, and if you have seen any posts, you know that they are going out of business. So Bernice got a lot. She uses bling a lot on her cards, so she got a lot. I went back. That was going to be my last stop. That line was out the booth. I said, no, nope, not going to do it. So, because by that time I was done. My feet were tired. It was time to go. That was 3 hours later. And I ran into Kim Paz. Kim had a little backpack. This was at 10. We all got there about the same time. I said, this is looking a little hefty. What do you have in there? Island Outlet was her first stop. Kim always does a haul video from the expo, so make sure you watch her video when she uploads. If you're not subscribed to her, please do so you won't miss it. But she had so much in that backpack. I said, whoa, girl. But that was her first stop, and she did it right. She did it right, because like I said, the line was out the booth by the time I decided to go back. And I did go back to scrap that. That line was pretty long early on. And they have really good prices. And I found an autumn paper pad that I wanted, but I didn't want to carry any paper around until the end because, again, no tote bag. When I got back there, it was gone. They were gone. But any rate, it was a great show. I had a good time. I'm always excited about going, even though it has scaled down quite a bit. But it's still worth it in the long run. And, another person that I ran into, some of you remember Lacey46, Elise. I got to see her today, so that was a pleasure. It's always a pleasure seeing people that I hadn't seen in a while. All right, thank you all so much for spending a little time with me. Happy crafting.